Welcome back to my channel, DeAvila Sadé, with your host, Dr. DeAvila Sadé, LCSW, and I'm back with a new video. If you are new to my channel is all about Microlocs, being a dog mom, and just me exploring Atlanta. So, go ahead, check out all of my content. I'll actually go ahead, if you're here for Microlocs, link my playlist, because I have been documenting my Microlocs journey from install day one, all the way until now. And I will link that here so you can go and watch it. But if you are here, you have made it to year 4. You guys, I am 4 years locked. Oh my God. First of all, thank you everybody for just rocking with me. Thank you everyone that has tuned in, that has seen the ups and downs of my journey. You guys have been so phenomenal and just been such a great support as I've embraced this journey. So thank you. But not only, y'all, have I made it 4 years locked. Drum roll, please. Shoulda, woulda, Honda, y'all. I done made it to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Applause. Yes, beautiful gowns. Thank you everyone that has subscribed to DeAvila Sadé. Y'all, I started this channel 8 years ago. 8 years ago this month. It's September 2025. I started it in September 2017, back when I used to do only mental health content before I had locks. And you know what? I persevered. You guys who have came on, jumped on the journey, thank you so much. But we are at 10,000 subscribers, which means a giveaway is coming, and I'll save that for the end of the video because I know right now all you really want to know about is this update. So let's get into it. I already know y'all want to see the hair goals and the length and all the things. Now, usually when I do my updates, I usually have a fresh retie. I do not have one right now, but I do have a fresh braid out. So here we go. I might have to stand up, but y'all, look, hold on, y'all. Look at her, okay? Listen, y'all see that? We are almost at waist length. Oh my God. Y'all, 4 years is a lot. That is what we're looking like. I'm sure I just washed my hair, so my scalp shouldn't be too crazy with flakes or anything. But let's just go ahead and get into the actual update. So first I want to start with how I'm feeling about being 4 years locked. Actually, I think I have grown more in love with my locks going through this journey. So I think I'm just so in love with my hair. I'm so in love with just the process that I've been through. So I'm just really just grateful, even for the ups and downs. I feel just so much gratitude towards, myself, being able to embrace my natural self in all of its glory. So I think I'm just in a place of just feeling very happy and very grateful. Compared, and I guess I will drop pictures or videos throughout this, compared to install day, and I can link some pictures here. My locks have grown significantly. They have dropped significantly. And I think it's a lot of things that go into like growing healthy hair, and I do not have a perfect lock journey by far. Do not have one, and we'll get into like that later on in the video. But just look at where I came from until now. And that's why whoever is just like thinking of starting locks, or just recently started locks, or even at that part in your lock journey where you're just like, I don't know how this is gonna look, I'm just getting frustrated, I am a testament for you to stick it through. Do not give up. Continue on. There are going to be hurdles, but you have made it through 100% of everything you ever been through, so this is no different. So let me be a testament to stick it through. When it comes to maintenance right now, I don't think too much has changed between year 3 update and this year 4 update. I'm probably washing my hair every 2 weeks. We doing a clarifying shampoo. Then we're doing a moisturizing shampoo. We're doing a deep conditioner. And now I am deep conditioning every time I wash. Last year I was not doing that, but my locks have been super dry. over the past year. And if you are not new to my channel, then you know I bleached my locks last year in 2024, and it was tumultuous and it was such a terrible experience. I ended up getting it bleached twice, and I went to a professional. I didn't do it myself, but I went to a professional. It just did not come out the way I want. So I've been dyeing my locks black, and of course the color does fade and it starts to give like a sandy brown. But I am starting to see the effects of that bleach job now, and I will get into that in just a moment. But yeah, I am no longer having the mentality that I'm going to maintain my locks. I am not about that. I tried that over the past year, knotted up 3 of my locks, had to go to a professional to get my locks unmatted, whatever I did to it. So we are throwing away the goal of that I will ever start maintaining my own locks. I will stick to the professionals. I will stick to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to. No more chasing waterfalls. I am going to stick to a loctician. So I'm still going to the loctician that I started when I first moved to Atlanta. Running, she's still doing my locks at this time, and I'm still enjoying going to her. I go to her maybe every 6 to 7 weeks to get my locks interlocked and maintained. And in the meantime, in between time, I'm washing my own locks and I'm styling my own locks. So yeah, that is what a typical like maintenance part of my journey is looking like. My wash day, my maintenance schedule, still doing interlock. I was doing retwists for a while last year, but it just wasn't lasting long, so I am no longer doing that. We are fully just sticking to the interlocks. In year 4, I'm still, I guess, diagnosed with seborrheic dermatitis, but of course I'm still using the Royal Oils Head and Shoulders line, as well as the Scalp Elixir. I use that line. Mostly I just use the Scalp Elixir now, but I use it maybe once a week, and again, my scalp has looked so good. So it's still a product that I swear by. That's one of my favorite products. So if you have like a flaky, itchy scalp, or even if you were diagnosed with seborrheic dermatitis while you're in your lock journey, I definitely would suggest to go ahead and just use the product. Just try it. And it's been a staple since about 6 or 7 months into my lock journey, and it has not failed me. It was recommended by my dermatologist that I was seeing back in Memphis that gave me the diagnosis of seborrheic dermatitis. And I always get the question of, you know, I got scalp issues. I'm scared to start my lock journey. And I'm always going to be a proponent of know your scalp's health, know your hair's health before you get, you know, the locks installed. But also don't be afraid to get them installed. Like, you can still have a thriving lock journey even with scalp issues, whether it is seborrheic dermatitis, whether it's traction alopecia, you name it. You can still have one. Don't be super afraid about it. Just talk to your loctician if you are going to someone to install them, and they'll let you know what size you should get, what method of installation you should get. But yeah. So let's talk about some challenges that I have experienced over the past year with my lock journey. So the first one is definitely going to be my edges. Y'all know that January 2024, I was like, oh my God, I am going to work on growing these edges, and that is what I did. You know, I was up here using serums. I was using minoxidil, which I saw amazing growth with the minoxidil. Like, the hair was coming in. I was using it twice a day. But y'all, I started growing hair on my face like Wolverine. Like, I think Wolverine has hair on his face, their face, its face, whatever. I started growing hair like on my cheeks. And I was dermaplaning more, because I usually dermaplan maybe once every 6 weeks. And I was going around here looking like Bigfoot. And that was a no. So I had to stop using the minoxidil. I ended up starting using the Sacred Drops, and I'm still using the Sacred Drops. But at this point, I have not gone to a dermatologist here in Atlanta. But I can tell you, based off what I've seen, that these hairs right here most likely are not going to grow back unless I go and get somebody's transplant. And that brings me to something that's, I believe, a self-diagnosed newfound issue, is that I have traction alopecia. Like, from my research, I have seen that this is most likely what I have, and really there's probably nothing I can do about that. And this is from years and years of damage to my hair. You know, us being Black women, and your mama want to brush and tight braids, and I started getting relaxers when I was 3 years old, and this is just like decades of wear and tear on my hair follicles, you know. And then I go off to college and I'm trying to figure out how to do my hair myself. I'm on YouTube University, and that's when I went natural. So that was over 10 years ago. That's probably about 15 years ago at this point. But yeah, I just have to be like, unfortunately, that is what I have. And I can also be very honest and vulnerable that my locks definitely did not cause it, but also I can see now from pictures when I first got them installed until now that it looks more sparse in those two areas. Again, it's just these two areas, nowhere else on my head, but these two areas above my ear. And so I'm not a proponent to say, oh, locks cause alopecia or locks cause thinning. No, I'm not saying that whatsoever. Just because of what my hair's been through, my hair just can't take too much of anything. So at this point, I'm just like, yes, my scalp is this way, or I have an imperfect lock journey, and I'm just okay with it. Because some of y'all, and I'm gonna try to keep it real cute because I don't want YouTube to demonetize this video, but a lot of y'all be trying to be slick and it's not a lot of y'all. Let me roll it back. It's not a lot of y'all, but some of y'all really are so disrespectful, and then someone call you out, and then you're up here like, oh, I didn't mean to ask that in a rude way. I wasn't trying to be rude. You don't know why someone has any type of thinning edges or bald spots in their head. You don't know. It could be a health issue. It could be anything. So, but for you to feel like you have to comment on someone's hair, you should be ashamed. And this is not the community for you, because we don't do that bullying stuff, okay? At all. We don't do it. And I appreciate the people that be subscribed to my page, because y'all be going in on them folks in the comment, like the ones that just don't know my journey, and that I have a little try to be funny, but they be funny and I be hilarious, because I just, I try not to be Twitter fingers, because, I'm trying to keep I ain't gonna say my brand, but even just me as a woman and as a person, not to go low just because you go low. But sometimes I get smart with the mouth, and I'm trying not to do that. I just go ahead and block you. So even if you are doing it unintentionally and you're not meaning any malicious intent, do not comment on other people's hair. Do not comment on other people's bodies. Do not comment on other people's children. Like, just because people share their journey on the internet, it does not mean it gives you the right to be disrespectful. So do with that as you must. So the second challenge that I'm having right now in my lock journey, okay, going back to what I said about my locks are now starting to feel the effect of the bleach from almost about a year and a half ago. Y'all, my locks are starting to break off. Not at the root, not at the root, but the ends. So I did not color all of my locks, and I'll probably insert some pictures right here. I colored some of my locks, and those are the ones that are breaking off. And so I was getting a retie, and my loctician was like, have you ever bleached your hair? Because she wasn't the one that did it. She was like, have you ever bleached your hair? And I was like, girl, yeah, like before I started coming to you, before I fully, when I first moved to Atlanta. And she was like, I can see that some of your locks are breaking off, but she's like, it's a good thing because you just want to go ahead and get that dead hair out, get that dead hair off. So yeah, some of my locks in the back, like, I'm trying to find one because right now I got a braid out. Okay, so this one. Y'all see how long my hair is, right? Look how short it even has a curly end. Like, it even has a curly end. I know it's hard to tell with it being in a braid out, but yeah, I have a couple of small locks. Not a lot, but I do have a couple of small locks. And I know a lot of people are just like, well, you can just get them not sewn back in, but crocheted back in. If the good Lord wants them locks out of my head, baby, they going in the trash. I'm not saving locks out of just trying to have length. My hair will grow back. I'm not pressed about it. But this brings me to something that I am doing for my entire year 4. I want to go on a growth journey. since I'm almost at waist length hair, I am going to use the next year of my lock journey, going into year 5, just focusing on length retention and growth. Because come year 5, and I'm saying this now, and I might change my mind, but coming year 5, I want to cut my locks. Now calm down, whoop, whoop, whoop. Don't get upset. I am not gonna chop them off, but I want a more defined layered look. Right now it's kind of scraggly because of those broken pieces. So now I just really want a more layered look. So I'm trying to grow them out as best as I can over the next year, and then come year 5, we're gonna just cut off, we're gonna cut my hair. And I'll take y'all on that journey. If I do it before year 5, of course I'll show y'all, but I am on the goal. The goal is for me to grow my hair as long as I can over the next year. I would love to be at waist length hair at that time and go ahead and cut my hair. So some key takeaways from my lock journey and over the past 4 years that I will tell anyone outside of knowing your scalp health and knowing your hair health is, I will say, trust the process. Trust it. Do not get discouraged when your hair is shrinking up or you're looking like a plucked chicken. It will pass. Trust the process. Also, do not compare your locks to anyone else's. I don't care if it's on YouTube. I don't care if it's mine. I don't care. My locks do not look like the young ladies that I followed when I was inspired to get locks. Like, my locks look like my locks, and I hadn't seen anyone locks look like my locks because they're mine and they're different. I got my broken pieces. I have my little brown colors from the bleach. I got my thinning edges. Like, my hair looks like my hair, and yours is gonna look like your hair. So just don't compare, because I think comparison definitely is the thief of joy. The goal of, to me, getting locks is to truly embrace your natural self. You're loving yourself natural, and I think it's such a beautiful journey, and it can be, but throw away like these unrealistic expectations. But that'll be like a big takeaway. Like, just don't compare, enjoy the journey, and just take care of your locks and your scalp and your hair. What's next for my lock journey? Outside of going on a 1-year growth journey for my hair and eventually getting it cut, I don't think I really have any like things that I want to do with my hair. I don't have the itch to want to color them again. I probably will never like dye my hair again. In regards to bleach, I'll dye them black, and I'm probably gonna dye them black closer to the winter. But yeah, I don't have anything that I'm just like I'm dying to do with my hair. So that's kind of boring maybe to y'all, but again, I've been doing this for 4 years, so I think I've done everything that I wanted to do. I will still keep y'all updated on when I go get my reties, what products that I'm using, what products I'm no longer using, what styles I'm trying. I think what I'm very, very much excited for over the next year is like getting paid partnerships with like brands that I truly love. Like brands that y'all know I've been using since day one or very early on in my lock journey. So like the Head and Shoulders or the As I Am or the Carol's Daughter. Like, I would love to get like a nice little paid partnership or like to be like a hair ambassador for those brands, because again, they're brands that I have literally screamed from the heavens of how much I loved working with them or loved using their products. So that would be something that I would really, really, really want. Especially now being at 10K, Lord, from my mouth to your ears. But yeah, you guys, that's really it for today's video. Thank you so much again to 10K. Oh, wait, y'all thought I was done? Okay, y'all want to know about this giveaway. All right, so the giveaway is going to consist of, drumroll please. The giveaway is going to consist of my favorite Microlocs products. It's going to be a shampoo, a conditioner, a deep conditioner, a bonnet, And I think that's it. If it's something else, it'll be a surprise, but at least those core things that I'm using for my wash day, I want you to give you a Microlocs wash day. I might also throw a leave-in in there. Yeah, so shampoo, conditioner, deep conditioner, bonnet, leave-in, and oil. Okay, there we go. That will be it. It will be a whole My Fave Microlocs wash day package. And I will post it on YouTube as well as Instagram, probably within the next week, of like how you can submit your name. I think I'm probably going to do it via Instagram. I know last time I did it through TikTok. I think I may do it via Instagram this time. Just follow me on Instagram, DeAvila Sadé, TikTok, Dr.DeAvila. All that'll be linked below. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, because I know you want to be, one, you want to follow this journey. Two, you want to definitely be able to enter to win into this giveaway. And without further ado, it was so great seeing y'all, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye!